Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about the breadcrumbing narcissist. And people are going to be like, what exactly does that mean? What's a breadcrumbing narcissist? Well, a breadcrumbing narcissist is typically, I'll say, a narcissist that you may meet on a dating app or online, or somebody that comes on strong, love bombs you, makes you think they're so into you, starts to mirror you. They tell you how much they have in common with you, and you're thinking like this person is really interested, because in today's world, everybody's jumping around, and then when somebody comes along and shows you a lot of interest, a lot of people think that they're sincere, that this, oh, I have a real one here. They keep calling all the time. They keep, texting me all the time. And you could be dealing with a breadcrumbing or love bombing narcissist, okay? They love bomb initially until they get that supply. And then what they do a lot of times is they breadcrumb you. And what does that mean? In other words, they come on strong really fast, really furious in the beginning, showing you a lot of attention, okay? This is the love bombing. But then what happens is it falls off. And this is where people get stuck because they're remembering this person in the beginning, showing them all the attention and telling them how much they cared about them. And now it's like they're getting a text infrequently from them. Like they'll say, good morning, beautiful, good morning, handsome, or good night, beautiful, good night, handsome. And the person's really not asking you questions about yourself. That's one of the clues that you're dealing with a narcissist that is basically not interested in you. They don't ask you any detailed questions about you. They just want to, waste your time, string you along. This usually means that you could be a backup supply, all right? They might even be in a whole other relationship that you don't even know about, but they're still contacting you. And people say, well, why would they even bother contacting me if they're not into me? Because they use you as a backup. When they're not with their main supplier, they're not with their other supply, they'll come around and, they'll hit you up. Narcissists always have to have a lot of supply around them, okay? Because God forbid one supply is not available or they have a fight. They never want to be caught with nobody. So when a narcissist breadcrumbs you, you are basically the backup supply. And what they do is, you guys, when they see that you're pulling back a little bit, then they start to love bomb you again, okay? They start to love bomb you again. And a lot of times narcissists will test you. And how do they test you? Well, they may not call or text you as much because they're waiting to see what you're going to do. They're waiting to see how much you call them or text them. That tells them how much control they have over you by the amount of calling and texting you do. If you're always calling them, always texting them, if you're always looking for them, if you're always saying, oh, why didn't you call me? Then they know they have you wrapped around their finger. But when you start to back off and you say, well, I'm going to give them a taste of their own medicine. I'm not going to call as much. I'm not going to text as much. And we'll see how they like it, right? Well, they may come on stronger and try to reel you back in with the love bombing because they see you're pulling away, or they may not care. They may not care. Now, a narcissist who generally doesn't care, okay, that you're pulling back is a narcissist who's independent and has a lot of supply. When a narcissist is independent, meaning they have a lot of supply, they have a lot of people that could replace you for whatever you offer them, then they're going to be very cold, distant, aloof, and they're not going to care whether you run cold on them or not. But if you have a narcissist that doesn't have a lot of supply, then what they're going to do is they're going to try to keep you around. They're going to keep trying to string you along. And what narcissists will do is they will waste your time. They will waste days. They will waste weeks. They will waste months because you are just, you're just somebody that is part of their circle of supply that they will come, hit you up when they feel like it. Like I've had clients that they say, oh, the narcissist love bombed me, and then they blocked me. Well, I said, if they did that, okay, what they're doing is they love bomb you, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from them and they block you, that's because they're with their other supply. They're with their other supply. That's why they're not contacting you, okay? But then once they're done with the other supply or they have a problem with the other supply, then they're going to reach out to you again, okay? So that's how you're going to know. But the thing is, like, people get fooled with the consistency because this is how narcissists fool you. They're very, very consistent in the beginning, like let's say the first 3 months. They're consistent with the calling, the texting, all of that. And this fools you because you're thinking you got a real one. Like, oh, wow, they want to see me all the time. Oh, wow, they're calling me 6 times a day. Oh, wow, they're asking me, about my mother or something. They try to show fake empathy. So they may ask something, real personal to show you like they care. It's all an act. It's all an act to fool you into making you think that they really care about you. And then what they do is they run cold on you. When they're running cold on you, it's generally because they're busy with somebody else. So if they're not calling you, if they're not texting you, you could trust and believe they're calling and texting somebody else, because a narcissist will never sit idle, okay? They always, first of all, they're anxious people. So they always have to have something going on. They always want to be where the action is. They always need constant attention. This is why a lot of narcissists don't like to sit home, okay? Not all, but a lot don't, because they have to always be where the action is. They don't want to sit home, be bored, and self-reflect. Narcissists hate boredom, okay? They always need, like I said, action. They're thrill seekers. So the thing is this, but what they do is they use people in making them think that they really care about them, okay? And this is what really fucks with somebody's head, because you're hearing one thing and they're doing another. They're not really showing you that they care because, let's say, for instance, they make excuses why they can't see you all the time. And you're saying, well, I don't understand this. They're telling me how much they care about me. And when I do see them, we have a great time. Maybe they just are busy. Maybe, maybe they are helping their mother out, with their house or something, whatever, BS excuse they give you. But the thing is this, you guys, when somebody really cares about you, they will make the time to see you. Okay? No matter how busy they are, they're going to want to stay. They want to be close to you. Okay? So when you see that narcissist, that consistency stops. All right? When you see that consistency stops, and this is what I tell people too, you'll know when the love bombing stops, when the calls start tapering off, when the texts start tapering off, when they start to act a little indifferent to you, or, maybe they're rushing to get off the phone with you. That's because they have something else going on, okay? So when they're running cold with you, they're running hot with somebody else. And when they're running cold with somebody else, that's when they run hot with you. But in the meantime, you're getting breadcrumbed by this person, okay? You're getting breadcrumbed. This person is not all in. And this is what you see generally by narcissists who have a lot of supply. They have a lot of options. So what does that mean? That means that they can't give too much because they have to spread their time out to all this supply. Let's say they're dealing with 3 to 5 supply. I'm just going to use this as an example. That's a lot of work to be jumping from 3 to 5 supply in a week, okay? So they may go from one to the other, to the other, to the other. This is why narcissists are tired all the time when they come to see you. They come to see you, they're napping on the couch. Why? Because they were up all night with another supply, and then they came to see you. There's a reason why they're but they'll tell you another excuse. Oh, I'm tired from work. Oh, I didn't sleep well last night. But you notice this is happening all the time. So you got to say to yourself, you know what? Every time they come here, they're falling asleep on my couch. They must be up all night, okay? And they are. And they use sleep as an excuse. They love to use sleep because they know you can't check them. So what they say is, oh, I'm going to bed, or I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock on, like, let's say a Saturday night, or I'm going to bed at 7, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night, right? And this person is not a homebody, okay? best excuse they could use. Or they say they're going to sleep at 9 o'clock. Even during the week, they're going to see their other supply. So they're telling you, oh, baby, I love you. You're the greatest thing that ever happened. Okay, I'm feeling kind of tired. I got to get up early and everything. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You hang up with them and boom. What you don't know is they're out the door to go see that other supply, and you're thinking you're dealing with a loyal person, okay? Or the other time they love to cheat on you is in the early morning. You call them in the early morning, and guess what? They're with their other supply, but they're telling you they're sleeping. So they love to use the sleep card. Or you call them during the day, let's say they're home or whatever, and they don't pick up their phone. Could be they're with another supply, or they're on the phone with another supply. And guess what? They're telling you they took a nap, okay? They took a nap or whatever, and they always love to use that excuse. So this is how they breadcrumb you and they string you along. And like I said, when they start to see that you're starting to get disgusted, maybe you start calling less or you start texting less because you figure like, oh, I'm not going to be the one calling all the time. Then all of a sudden they bombard you with calls and texts because they see you pulling away. So they're like, uh-oh. Now I got to love bomb this person. I got to love bomb them. I can't let them slip away. I got to reel them back in. So let me use that flattery, that charm. Let me tell them that I love them unconditionally. Let me tell them about how we're going to have 2.5 kids and how we're going to live in a big house. Let me try to build up their head again so that they don't pull away, so that I have this option to use them when I feel like using them, okay? That's really what's going on in a breadcrumbing narcissist mind. I got to make sure I got to contact this person, contact that person. What they do, you guys, this is why they rather text you than call you, is because you can reach a lot more people by texting than when you're on the phone with somebody. So they'll text all their supply in the morning, good morning, beautiful, or good morning, handsome, and they'll send it out to like 5 to 10 of them, and they're juggling, okay? And then they have to, they see who keeps contacting them. They have to get that call or that text in. And this is how they juggle and they breadcrumb you, and they're wasting your time. And if you have a good supply, they'll show you a little bit more attention. But they're, like I said, when a narcissist has a lot of supply, you're not going to get much from that narcissist. You're not going to get much. Once the love bombing stage is over, that person is going to be coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. You're always going to be thirsty for them because they're not giving you enough. And why aren't they giving you enough? Because they can't, because they're spreading themselves thin. And this is how narcissists run themselves into the ground. This is how they kill their health, because they're running around, they're not getting rest, they're not getting sleep. And, they love being deceptive. They love deceiving people. They get a certain chuckle, a certain rise out of knowing, hey, I just came to see you, but you don't know I was with somebody else the night before, okay? They love that because it makes them feel superior. They're smart. You're a dope. You don't even know what I'm doing behind your back. Now, I want to bring this up because somebody made this point, and he said, the girl I was dealing with, she said something to me like, oh, if I wanted to cheat on you, I could cheat on you and you would never even know it. Well, thanks for telling him, because that's exactly, if somebody even says that to you, they either cheated on you or they're going to cheat on you. So they tell on themselves. That's one of the ways that narcissists tell on themselves. They say something stupid like that. And I actually had somebody say the same thing to me. Oh, if I wanted to cheat on you, I could cheat on you and you'd never know. Well, thanks for telling me. Now I know you're a cheater. Now I know I can't trust you. This is how stupid a narcissist is, okay? But listen, you guys, the bottom line is when you see that somebody is not staying consistent or they don't have the same energy that you're putting into the relationship, that's when you have to step back from that, okay? I don't care what they say to you. Because here's the thing, if you go and say something to them like, I feel like you don't never see me, or you only call me once in a while or something, well, now you're telling them what to do to keep you around and waste your time, right? If you have to tell somebody what to do, then you're with the wrong person. You're with the wrong person. And I just heard a relationship coach do a reel on this, and he gave such bad advice on this. He was basically telling the women like, oh, you have to tell a man, what he should do and everything like that. Well, here's what I got to say to that. If you got to tell a man what to do, then guess what? You're not dealing with a real man, because a real man knows what to do. And it's the same thing with a real woman. If you've got to tell a real woman what to do, then you're not dealing with a real woman, okay? And understand this. Narcissists have childlike mindsets. They're basic kids that are into fun and games and mind fucking, all right? So the bottom line is, if you're not dealing with a mature adult that respects you, and you're just dealing with somebody who's jerking you around, then it's time to let them go. It's time to let them go. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. How much energy somebody shows you how much they care about you. But the caveat to that is just be careful if it's just the beginning of the relationship. That's why I tell you guys, the first 3 to 6 months, you're really not going to know that person. People think they do, but they don't, okay? They don't. I don't care if they introduce you to their family, because a lot of narcissists are very, very, they're very sneaky. They'll tell their family to vouch for them. Oh, you could talk to my family. They'll tell you what a great guy I am. Or you could talk to my best friend. He'll tell you what a great guy I am. They've already prepped these people. Make sure you tell her that I'm a good, loyal man, okay? So here you are going and meeting the family thinking, oh, wow, they're introducing me to their family. They must really care if they're bringing me around the family. Well, guess what? The family's toxic too, and the family's covering for them, okay? So don't necessarily think because you met the family that you got a real one, all right? I've been through that, where I dealt with a narcissist that introduced me to the family right away and members of the family. And I'm thinking, wow, this person, he must be serious. I'm meeting everybody in the family, this and that. Meanwhile, he was, the biggest conniver, cheater, everything. But it was all a facade to fool me into thinking he was serious. He was genuine. So the point in all this is this, you guys. You can't go by the first 3 months, even the first 6 months. Usually about 6 months, a narcissist, they can't keep it up, okay? The only time they can keep it up is if they're after some big money supply. That is the only time. But you will see little red flags there of who the narcissist is, because they're going to get bored with you. And when they get bored with you, they're going to show their criticisms of you. They're going to have a lot of anger or disdain. They're going to start to see you for who you truly are, and you're not the fantasy that they thought. See, narcissists build you up in their minds too. Your sole purpose is to make them happy. And the more that you get to know somebody, right, the more you start to see their flaws. So narcissists start to see things they don't like about you. Oh, maybe you left a fork in the sink. Oh, maybe you didn't do this right, or you didn't fold the laundry right, or whatever. They're nitpickers. So that's what happens. And once they start to see things they don't like in you, then all of a sudden they may make a remark or they may do something, and that's your red flag that you're dealing with a toxic person. They may say something nasty, or they may be sarcastic to you. And that's your red flag that you could be dealing possibly with a covert narcissist who's passive aggressive, that's trying to give you a dig, all right? So the bottom line is this, you guys. Narcissists that have a lot of supply, they're always breadcrumbing people. They're always wasting their time. And, they're not with you because they love you. They're with you because you serve a purpose. You serve a purpose. And if you're being breadcrumbed, then you are the backup supply. You're not the main supply, which means that they got an old lady or old man that's their main supply, okay? That is their priority, and you are kind of like the side chick, okay? Or side guy on the side, but you're thinking you're in a relationship with this person, okay? So the minute they ghost on you, red flag, okay? You delete and block. They're testing you, and they're probably with another supply and probably cheating on you, okay? The minute that you see that they're flaking off on you, the minute you start seeing flakiness, you got to cut them. Cut them, all right? If you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you know who the benefit of the doubt is? That's the person in the cemetery. The person in the cemetery is the one who always gave the benefit of the doubt. Once that person shows you who they are by their behaviors, then you know who they are. So the bottom line is, when you start to see the pattern of flakiness or not being available or not being affectionate or, emotionally unavailable or not wanting to be intimate or not wanting to have sex with you or not wanting to be close with you, but your words are telling you something else. Their words are telling you how much they love you. Ooh, I love you, baby. They come around you in the kitchen. They give you a big hug. But meanwhile, they don't want to sleep with you. Or meanwhile, they barely see you. You're dealing with a bullshitter. Okay? Period. End of story. You're dealing with a bullshitter that's stringing you along for some other supply. It's not for love. Narcissists are not looking for love. They're looking for something else. Sex, money, place to stay, or just having their ego flattered, okay? Just feeling good knowing that they got you when you're thirsty for them, all right? So I hope that helps you understand the breadcrumbing narcissist. You guys value yourself. Don't settle for half a person, because I'm going to tell you something. If you settle for half a person, guess what? You're wasting your time, because it doesn't get better as time goes on. It gets worse. It gets worse. So because the narcissist is going to get more and more tired of you. And then when they're done with you, they're really going to show you indifference, and they're going to get wicked with it. And you're going to look back and say, why did I waste all my time hoping that this person was going to show me who they were in the beginning? That person you saw in the beginning was an actor or actress trying to get you for something. All right. It's up to you to figure out what supply it was. And I did a podcast on this about how narcissists are looking for different supplies. So go listen to it. All right. It's about supply and how narcissists, the supply that a narcissist is looking for. So I hope that helps you to understand the breadcrumbing narcissist. If it did, hit the subscribe, share the podcast, and also, you guys, follow me on YouTube. Like I always say, I got over 4,000 videos on there. Also, check out my Instagram and Facebook, The Game EXP123. Watch out for other pages that are fake, and have a great day. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship, and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio. And you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at The Game EXP123 and also on Instagram, The Game EXP123. Okay? And have a great day.